Most people who work in data privacy do so as a second or third job. My main job is as the Director of Global Technology, but I also serve as the Global Privacy Manager. Nearly everyone who works in data privacy for our ministry does so as a second or third job. Their main job is something different. I think this is quite common in operations. So it's usually a part time role, and most of our privacy managers spend about 1/8 of their time focusing on their privacy role. It's rare that it's something that dominates most of our schedule unless something's going very wrong. You do not need to be a legal expert to be a privacy manager. The role of privacy is about the appropriate handling of data. It's a leadership role, thinking through how the organization is going to handle data. Sometimes we need to consult with lawyers, and there's some legal aspects, but you certainly do not need to be a lawyer or a legal expert. It should be clear in your ministry or team who is responsible for privacy. If you are the privacy manager, it's important that everyone understands that that is your role and your function, and that you have accepted leadership in this role. The privacy manager needs to be someone who helps build trust and protects the ministry. This is not being the data police. The role of privacy is not to tell leaders what they should not be doing with data. It's for us to find healthy ways for us to use data to accomplish the mission that we're trying to do. It's extremely rare that privacy will say to leadership, no, we can't do that. Nearly always we're saying, yes, let's find a way. We do recommend that every single national ministry needs to have a privacy manager, a national privacy manager. It's important, no matter the scale of the ministry, from small to large, there is at least someone that says, I'm the responsible person. I'm the person that is thinking about data privacy, and that you're the ones managing the local privacy. And it's important that we know who to communicate with, especially if something urgent comes up that we need to communicate with the privacy manager. Larger ministries will also want to have a privacy manager, but they may also choose to put privacy managers on specific teams, especially those teams that process a lot of data. So sometimes that's your donation processing team, your HR team, maybe your digital strategies team. If you have teams like this that process a lot of data, you may want to have someone embedded on the team who goes through the privacy manager's training, and they can be responsible for the privacy of their team or function. Typically, there are a number of different governance models that organizations will use for things like data privacy. On the left here, we have the local and decentralized model. This is where every team and ministry would be responsible for their own data privacy. No one does that. The second model is the centralized model. This is where you have a large centralized team that manages privacy for the entire organization all the way across. We standardize everything and we centralize the entire function of the privacy team. Again, this is very rare that organizations select this model. By far the most common model, and the one we have chosen as an organization, is the hybrid model. We're going to look at that in the next slide. The hybrid model is where we have privacy managers embedded in local teams and national ministries. They handle the day-to-day responsibilities for privacy and the implications on those teams. But they are backed by a small team of experts who sit on a global team. So the small global privacy team is here to serve you and to help our privacy managers handle privacy in their function. Many things you'll be able to take care of on your own, but when you get stuck, we are here to help. Our privacy team has no other purpose than to help you succeed at being a privacy manager in your ministry. By virtue of the fact that you're going through this training, the chances are you are the privacy manager. Congratulations. One of your first steps in your role as privacy manager is helping the ministry build a business case for privacy. The first step in this is thinking through identifying your executive champion. If your organization is not bought into the idea of privacy and how it will help your ministry succeed, you will struggle to get accepted leadership in your role. Thinking through the person who will sit at the leadership table and represent the interests of privacy is really important. That could be your operations leader, or it could be you. But it's important to get the buy-in from the critical people to make sure that they understand why it's important that privacy is respected in our ministry. Do you have accepted leadership in this role? Maybe you've been asked to go through this training and told you are the person that is going to be responsible for privacy. But regardless, it's important that whatever scope you've been given to lead, the organization understands your leadership in this role. Identifying your executive champion and clarifying exactly what leadership are asking you to do is a really important step in starting your privacy compliance. The next step is thinking through your privacy vision statement. We encourage our privacy managers to develop 1 to 3 sentences that briefly articulate why privacy is important to our ministry. We'd like you to take a moment right now and type below how you will explain to a leader why privacy is important to your ministry and team.